Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome, man. Welcome to Beyond Classic Rock. Today, got a complimentary quad coming your way, man. And the complimentary quad has a theme to it. This is a Quentin Tarantino quad. Some of the music from his various movies, definitely, this guy really makes use of some of the great music out there. So it's not surprising that someone along the course of the way has provided me with a Quentin Tarantino quad to check out. So first we're going to start with Good Night Moon by Shivaree, and that was off of Kill Bill 2. Then we're going to hit up Street Life by Randy Crawford. That was off of Jackie Brown. And then Stuck in the Middle with You, Steeler's Wheel, and that's off of Reservoir Dogs. And finally, Son of a Preacher Man, Dusty Springfield, and that's off of Pulp Fiction. So man, before I pop this off, I just want to give a shout out and a thanks to Charles Hogue. Charles, thanks very much, man. Very interesting theme for a quad, and really good music for sure, man, coming by way of Quentin Tarantino movies. So thanks very much. Charles says, thanks again, Wayne. Another great reaction to my female folk rock quad. For my next recommendation, this is a quad made up of songs that have been featured in Quentin Tarantino movies. I'm a big fan of his, and these are some of my favorite songs from those movies. Thanks for everything, and peace. Right on. What's your favorite Quentin Tarantino movie, man? Let me know. I really couldn't tell you what my favorite is, but I really like Django. What's the German guy's name? Christopher something. That dude, one of the best actors I've ever seen. He's German, man. All right, let's hit up our first track, Good Night Moon by Shivaree. Is it Waltz? I'll have to look it up. All right. Shivaree, Good Night Moon. Let's get it.
There's a nail in the door and there's glass on the lawn, tacks on the floor and the TV is on. And I always sleep with my guns when you're gone. There's a blade by the bed and a phone in my hand, a dog on the floor and some cash on the nightstand. When I'm all alone the dreaming stops and I just can't sound. What should I do? Just a little
All right, man. Great song, man. Excellent vocals. First, I'm gonna have to go back and watch Kill Bill 2. It's been a minute and then some since I've seen that movie, man. Much less to try and remember some of the songs from the soundtrack. So I'm gonna have to go back to that. Great song, really, really excellent. Really good vocals by the singer here, man. Good Night Moon. I totally don't remember the song from the movie. I remember the movie, of course. She finally catches up to Bill, learns that she's got a child. Her child survives. She claims her child back, but she's got to take Bill out first. And I don't know, if you've been living under a rock the last how long and you haven't seen the movie, I'm not going to ruin it for you, but she gets her daughter back. That's basically all I'm going to say. Yes, and it's a daughter. All right. Good Night Moon by Shivaree. But first, let's just take a quick look at the band real quick and then hit up the song. Shivaree. Shivaree was an Americana band formed in 1997, consisting of Ambrosia Parsley, vocals, Danny McGuff, keyboard, and Duke Vinny, guitar. Shivaree is best known for the song Good Night Moon, released in '99, heard in Dawson's Creek, Kill Bill Volume 2, and Silver Linings Playbook. Shivaree officially disbanded in 2007 after a very brief promotional tour of its last album, Tainted Love. Good Night Moon. Good Night Moon is a song by American alternative rock band Shivaree, written by Ambrosia Parsley and Duke Vinny. It's the 7th track on the band's debut album, I Oughta Give You a Shot in the Head for Making Me Live in This Dump, released in 1999. It's a long-ass title, and was released as the band's debut single on March 24, 2000. The song topped the Italian singles chart and also became a top 30 hit in France. Shivaree have not had another such hit, making them a one-hit wonder. The song was first featured in the 3rd season of the hit TV series Dawson's Creek in 2000. It later appeared during the ending credits of the 2004 film Kill Bill. Ending credits, okay. Volume 2, Kill Bill Volume 2, and is featured on the soundtrack album. The song also plays through the closing scenes and the end credit scenes of 2002 French film Monique. A re-recorded version by Parsley and the Elegant 2 appears on the soundtrack to the 2012 film Silver Linings Playbook. Okay, very interesting. Yeah, that's probably why I'm not familiar with the song, because it's in the credits, and by then I'm walking out the theater, you know? Alright, let's hit up our next track, man. That's Street Life by Randy Crawford, and this is from Jackie Brown. Randy Crawford's a lady, by the way. Alright. Street Life, Randy Crawford. Let's get it.
I play the street life because there's no place I can go. Street life, it's the only life I know. Street life, and there's 1,000 parts to play. Street life, until you play your life away.
big ass sax. Sexy sax. Serious for all right. That Crusaders, Randy Crawford, Street Life. Excellent, man. I think I remember the part in the movie when this was playing. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's just after Robert De Niro gets out of prison and he hooks up with Sam Jackson, and they're talking about their, planning their next moves and everything. And Bridget Fonda comes onto the scene, and and they're doing some sort of working, and so Bridget Fonda starts knocking boots with Robert De Niro, and I think this song was playing in the background. Am I wrong? Let me know whereabouts it was if I'm wrong. That's what I remember. All right. Good movie, man. Jackie Brown. Haven't seen that again. I've only seen it once, so I'm gonna have to go back and maybe do a Quentin Tarantino marathon movie run one of these days when I have a weekend off or something like that. All right. Street Life. Randy Crawford. Veronica Randy Crawford is an American jazz and R&B singer. She has been more successful in Europe than in the US, where she has not entered the Billboard Hot 100 as a solo artist. However, she has appeared on the Hot 100 singles chart twice. First, it was in '79 as a guest vocalist on the Crusaders' top 40 hit Street Life. She also duetted with Rick Springfield on the song Taxi Dancing, which hit number 59 as the B-side of Springfield's hit Bop Till You Drop. She has had 5 top 20 hits in the UK, including her 1980 number 2 hit, One Day I'll Fly Away, as well as 6 UK top 10 albums. Despite her American nationality, she won Best British Female Solo Artist in recognition of her popularity in the UK at the 1982 Brit Awards. In the late 2000s, she received her first 2 Grammy Award nominations. Street Life. Street Life is a song by American jazz band The Crusaders, released in '79 by MCA Records as a single from the album of the same name. The song is notable for featuring uncredited lead vocals by Randy Crawford. The song was a hit in the US, reaching number 36 on the Billboard Hot 100, and in Europe, where it peaked at number 5 on the UK singles chart. Background. The inspiration from the song came from the beginner's ski slope at Mammoth Mountain in California. Joe Sample said he saw people falling, running into each other. It was absolute chaos. It looked like a boulevard of madness. And I said, that's what street life is. Sample teamed up with lyricist Will Jennings, who said that the lyric, all that came right off of Hollywood Boulevard. Okay. Sample first met Crawford when he played on her debut album Everything Must Change in '76. After having good reviews about her song, but not being commercially successful, Crawford was then asked by Sample to sing the vocals for the song. As a result of this, the Crusaders produced her fourth album, Now We May Begin, which became very successful. Jazz reviewer Scott Yano wrote, quote, although the Crusaders could not have... let me try that again, sorry. Although the Crusaders could not have known it at the time, their recording of Street Life was a last hurrah for the 20-year-old group. Their recordings of the next few years would decline in interest until the band gradually faded away in the 80s. Whereas, for Crawford, this song brought her recognition and effectively marked the beginning of her career. Very interesting. It's almost like a passing of the torch in a way, you know? That's how it is, I guess, on the scene with music. Some fade in, some fade out, and it's just like that all the time, you know what I mean? And sometimes you just don't have any more creative input to share, you know? That's just the way that is too. Your creative days are done. You've got to amalgamate with other people who might have their creative juices flowing at the time and stay relevant that way. But making those connections, that's another thing, right? Yeah, the music industry, man. All right, so let's hit up our third track, man. And this is Stuck in the Middle with You, Stealers Wheel. And this is, of course, from the movie Reservoir Dogs. Stuck in the Middle with You, Stealers Wheel. Let's get it.
I fall off my chair, and I'm wondering how I'll get down the stairs. Clowns to the left of me, jokers to the right. Here I am, stuck in the middle with you. Yes, I'm stuck in the middle with you, and I'm wondering what it is I should do. It's so hard to keep the smile from my face. Losing control, yeah, I'm all over the place. Clowns to the left of me, jokers to the right. Here I am, stuck in the middle with you. When you started out with nothing and you found that you're a self-made man, and your fans they all come crawling, slap you on the back and say, please.
I'll never forget the scene in this movie. The famous scene with the cop.
Trying to make some sense of it all, but I can see it makes no sense at all. Is it cool to go to sleep on the floor? 'Cause I don't think that I can take anymore. Clowns to the left of me, jokers to the right. Here I am, stuck in the middle with you.
simply one of the best rock and roll songs of all time. Simply put, great song paired together with a great scene in a great movie, chosen appropriately by a very, very great visual, cerebral type director, producer, director, creator, however you describe Quentin Tarantino as his title goes. Not quite sure, but yeah, man, really, really great visionary, and he really put the song together very, very well with the movie and the scene of the movie. And again, I'm not gonna tell you too much if you haven't seen it, but if you haven't seen the Reservoir Dogs and you are one of those souls and you're checking out this reaction, you gotta go check out that movie. And you'll know the scene that I'm talking about. I won't say any more. All right. Stuck in the Middle with You. Sorry, I got the damn hiccups. I get that sometimes when I'm drinking sugarcane rum. All right. Stealers Wheel. Stealers Wheel were a Scottish folk rock band formed in '72 in Paisley, Scotland by former school friends Joe Egan and Jerry Rafferty. Their best known hit is Stuck in the Middle with You. The band broke up in '75 and reformed briefly in 2008. Stuck in the Middle with You is a song written by Scottish musicians Jerry Rafferty and Joe Egan and originally performed by their band Stealers Wheel. The band performed the song on the BBC's Top of the Pops in May of '73, and the song charted at number 8 in the UK singles chart. It also became an international hit, reaching number 6 in the US on the US Billboard Hot 100. Overview. Stuck in the Middle was released on Stealers Wheel's '72 eponymous debut album. Jerry Rafferty provided the lead vocals, with Joe Egan singing harmony. It was produced by Jerry Lieber and Mike Stoller. The Rafferty's lyrics are a dismissive tale of a music industry cocktail party written and performed as a parody of Bob Dylan's Paranoia. The vocal impression, subject, and styling were so similar, listeners have wrongly attributed the song to Bob Dylan since its release. Interesting. The band was surprised by the single's chart success. The single sold over 1 million copies, eventually peaking at number 6 on the US Billboard Hot 100, number 8 in the UK, and number 2 in Canada. Billboard ranked it at number 30 for 1973. The band appeared playing the song on BBC's Top of the Pops, 18th of May '73. I'd like to see that, actually. And I remember this story because I've covered this song once in a quad on the classic platform, and I remember the story about how they, cut the song, cut the album. They had already broken up. They had already went their separate ways. And then, because of the demand, now you've got a hit song on your hands. You've got to do something. You've got to get together. You got to tour. You got to make some more money. So they pulled Rafferty back and said, "Hey, we got a really big hit on our hands here. We're going to have to get back together and maybe do a promotional tour, concert, or what have you." So that was quite interesting. The music video. The video portrays the band performing in a corner of a large empty building. Their performance is intercut with shots of Egan miming to a vocal track by Rafferty, who had by then left the band. At a small table with a number of garishly dressed and made-up supper guests. These include an actual clown, bespectacled bowler hat gent devouring spaghetti, and a lavishly dressed woman eating cream cakes and grapes. The clown, who has difficulty eating a plastic chicken, continually squeezes Egan out whenever he tries to take food from the table. Okay. The guitar solo is played on a guitar played flat with an empty beer bottle used as a slide. Eventually, the other band members appear, driving off the strange characters so that Egan can sit down at last. Okay, I remember the video. Alright, let's hit up our final track, man. Son of a Preacher Man, Dusty Springfield. And this is from the movie Pulp Fiction. I remember that famous little dance scene of Uma Thurman. She's all flashed up on that really bad. No, she didn't take that bad coke yet. She's kind of drunk and all flashed up, and she's dancing her way into the living room while John Travolta's in the bathroom, and she's about to settle down and take the bad coke. I remember that. All right. Great movie, Pulp Fiction. Son of a Preacher Man, Dusty Springfield. Let's get it.
Billy Ray was a preacher's son, and when his daddy would visit, he'd come along. When they gathered around and started talking, Cousin Billy would take me walking. Out through the backyard we go walking. Then he looked into my eyes. Lord knows to my surprise, the only one who could ever reach me was the son of a preacher man. The only boy who could ever teach me was the son of a preacher man. Yes, he was. He was. Yes, he was. Being good isn't always easy, no matter how hard I try. When he started sweet talking to me, he'd come and tell me everything is alright. He'd kiss and tell me everything's alright. Can I get away again tonight? The only one who could ever reach me was the son of a preacher man. The only boy who could ever teach me was the son of a preacher man. Yes, he was. He was.
Why doesn't Hollywood make a movie just on the premise of this damn song?
How well I remember the look was in his eyes, stealing kisses from me on the slide, taking time to make time, telling me that he's all mine, learning from each other's knowing, looking to see how much we've grown, and the only one who could ever reach me was the son of a preacher man. The son of a preacher man, yes he was, he was. Oh yes he was. The only one who could ever reach. He was the sweet talking son of a preacher man. The only boy who could ever teach me. I guess he was the son of a preacher. The only one who could ever move me. Sweet was the son of a preacher. The only one who could ever move me was the son of a preacher man.
What a song. What a lady. What a movie. Fantastic. Great feels there, man. Dusty Springfield. Damn. I remember about Dusty Springfield, Elton John was saying that she would make a gay guy go straight. And he would make an exception for Dusty Springfield. Yeah, man, she is quite a lady. What a great singing voice. And here is a great example of someone. I know that she's done many great things in her career. And she was notable and all of that stuff even before this song. But I only know her for this song. And if you have a choice of songs to be remembered by, this is a pretty damn good one. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. And again, I know that she was sick, and I can't remember how she passed, but I remember that she was sick, and that, sadly, we lost her back in the 90s. Rest in peace to the great Dusty Springfield. All right, man. Son of a Preacher Man, Dusty Springfield. Mary Isabel Catherine Bernadette O'Brien, OBE, known professionally as Dusty Springfield, was a British singer and record producer whose career extended from the late 50s to the 90s. With her distinctive mezzo-soprano sound, she was a significant singer of blue-eyed soul, pop, and dramatic ballads with French chanson, country, and jazz also in her repertoire. During her 1960s peak, she ranked among the most successful British female performers on both sides of the Atlantic, and her image, marked by a peroxide blonde beehive hairstyle, heavy makeup, thick black eyeliner and eyeshadow, and evening gowns, as well as stylized gestural performances, made her an icon of the swinging 60s. There was no commas or anything in there. It's like navigating through a damn maze. A fixture of British television, she presented many episodes of the hit 1963-66 British TV music series Ready, Steady, Go, and between 66 and 69 hosted her own series on both the BBC and ITV. In 66, Springfield topped a number of popularity polls, including Melody Maker's Best International Vocalist, and was the first UK singer to top the New Musical Express Readers' Poll for Female Singer. She is a member of both the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and the UK Music Hall of Fame. International polls have cited Springfield as one of the finest female popular singers of all time. Wow, fantastic. Son of a Preacher Man. Son of a Preacher Man is a song written and composed by American songwriters John Hurley and Ronnie Wilkins and recorded by British singer Dusty Springfield in September of '68 for the album Dusty in Memphis. Springfield's version was produced by Jerry Wexler, Tom Dowd, and Arif Mardin for her first album for the Atlantic Records label. The single, released in late '68 and credited as Son of a Preacher Man on UK, US, and other releases, became an international hit, reaching number 9 in the UK singles chart and number 10 on Billboard's Hot 100 in January of '69. The album, Dusty in Memphis, was released in stereo, though its singles were remixed and released in mono. Son of a Preacher Man was Springfield's last top 30 hit until 1987, when her collaboration with UK synth-pop duo the Pet Shop Boys yielded the huge hit What Have I Done to Deserve This? Oh, I didn't know she was a part of that collaboration. Interesting. I love that song, by the way. Really, really good tune. Son of a Preacher Man found a new audience when it was included on the soundtrack of Quentin Tarantino's 1994 film Pulp Fiction. A re-release of the single reached number 1 in Iceland in '95. Origins. In '68, songwriters John Hurley and Ronnie Wilkins, who had recently had a hit with Love of the Common People, wrote the song with Aretha Franklin in mind, according to a 2009 interview with Wilkins. Atlantic Records produced a co-owner, Atlantic Records producer and co-owner Jerry Wexler, who was recording Dusty Springfield's first Atlantic album in Memphis at the time, liked the song and suggested it to Springfield for the Dusty in Memphis album. I think Springfield is definitely a more appropriate choice, only because she has a little bit more of a sultry, sexual, seductive element to it. And when you're talking about the topic in the song of a son of a preacher man and probably maybe taming a wild child type of thing, it's got a sexual appeal element to it. You know what I mean? And with Aretha's vocals enveloping it, she would really, really go high the way Aretha goes high. And I think it would take you out of that sexual aura of the song, you know what I mean? So I think for that reason alone, I would nominate Dusty being definitely the better choice. What do you think of that? Aretha fans, do not slay me. Following Springfield's top 10 single release, the song was recorded in '69 by Franklin for her This Girl's in Love With You album. Franklin's version also appeared as the B-side of her hit single Call Me. Franklin's older sister Irma also recorded the song and included it on her 1969 Brunswick album Soul Sister. Legacy. The writers of Rolling Stone magazine placed Dusty Springfield's recording at number 77 among the 100 best singles of the last 25 years in '87. The record was placed at number 43 among the greatest singles of all time by the writers of New Musical Express in 2002, and in 2004, the song was on the Rolling Stone list of the 500 greatest songs of all time. In '94, the song was featured in a scene in the film Pulp Fiction. Yeah, it just keeps repeating itself here in some of these parts. And it helped to reach number 6 on the charts according to SoundScan. Quentin Tarantino has been quoted on the collector's edition DVD of Pulp Fiction as saying that he probably would not have filmed the scene in which the song is featured had he not been able to use it. And that would have been a damn shame because I love that scene. That is the scene where I fell in love with Uma Thurman, so that's a very important scene. In 2001, Emma Wilkinson's UK television performance of Son of a Preacher Man won the grand final of the talent show Stars in Their Eyes, garnering the most votes from 15 million TV viewers. All right. So that concludes our look at these 4 excellent songs from Quentin Tarantino movies. Really, really well done, Charles. Good selection of songs, man. Some of which, had me thinking, wondering where I heard it. So I'm gonna have to go and revisit all of those movies, man. Good idea. Quentin Tarantino weekend movie marathon. Might have to do that with a girlfriend, see if she's down. All right, man. So, I'm just checking out my notes here. So Marco, Caden, John, Jeffrey, got reactions I got to hit up for you folks, and a couple of PayPal submissions and a couple of new patrons to hit up reactions for. So busy week for me. Going forward on this platform, going into the fall season, it gets very busy with my life and all of that sort of thing, at work and whatnot. So just so you guys know, I'm not going to be as active as you have come to expect. So you're probably going to see every other day type of thing, that sort of activity on this. I'm scaling back the amount of time I put into reactions. You'll notice, especially on the Classic Rock platform, that I'm not doing a lot of bootleg recordings, concerts like the Led Zeppelins and stuff like that. Anything over an hour, I'm scaling back on. So that's kind of like my limit, So I've been scaling back on that. So double albums, bootleg recordings, lengthy documentaries, rockumentaries, stuff like that, I have to scale back on because it's a time management thing for me. So I'm asking for some assistance and consideration from people who are submitting recommendations. If the songs are too long and if the whole body of the quad or album reaction runs too long, I might be saying no. So brace yourself. Be considerate of that before you actually send me submissions, so that you don't get all pissed off and butthurt. Okay? That's very, very important. And especially patrons, because patrons make up 80% of my reaction recommendations. So patrons, I'm asking you for that consideration. Also, in doing that, please do not keep sending me a whole shit ton of lengthy notes, lengthy intros. Oh, this is a backstory of so and so and ho. Go here, go there, go there. Check this out, check this out, check this out. I don't have time for all of that, right? So especially patrons, thank you. I appreciate your enthusiasm, but please curb it a little bit and consider me and my time factor. Time is very important to me, and I have to manage my time like I manage a business. That's how I see it. I have to do that. Otherwise, I'll get lost in the shuffle of here, all over the place. And I have to keep within a certain time parameter. That's very important. So the person who understands that and remembers those things, you and me, we're going to get along just fine. Just so you know, it's very, very important. All right. Yeah, man, in the last little while of in putting a cap on things and trying to control my time, I've been actually saying no to certain recommendations and saying no to more patrons joining. And oh shit, some people have just not treated me kindly. It's all good though. It's all a part of the whole being a reactor process. Some people think that they can step on you. All right. So that is my reaction to this excellent quad. Charles, thank you again. That was great, man. Very creative on your part. I appreciate it. Everyone else, thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed this. I enjoyed the hell out of it. It took me back in time. Gave me some really, really good nostalgic rubs there. So that was great. Anyway, I gotta go and drink some water, drink some tea, get this gas out of me. It's just too much sugarcane rum these days. That's gonna be one of my New Year's resolutions. I kind of fell off from my resolution on top of the year, so I gotta get back into that. Anyways, have a good one, folks. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.